chickadees. I'm in a really good mood because I'm having Ethiopian food for dinner. So it looks on first sight like it's just a big pile of bread. This bread is called injera, and it's a type of like sort of spongy, tangy flatbread. But on closer inspection, it's like a special present, and all the delicious food is inside. Yum, yum, yum. So, with Ethiopian food, see, I really like all the little bubbles in here. Isn't that really cool looking? It's like, I don't know, almost like a pancake or a crepe kind of. Anyways, with Ethiopian food, you always eat it with your hands and with this bread. So, you never use utensils. Look at that. It's like the surface of the moon. Little craters. Yum, yum, yum. Little craters that you fill with delicious food. So this stuff here, the yellow stuff, is like split peas. And then this one here is cabbage and carrots. Like some places will put potato in it as well. Oh my god. This one here is spinach and onions, or it might be collards and onions, I don't know, depends. Some places use spinach, some use kale, some use collards. And this one here is like spicy lentils. This one is my favorite. So, it's a tradition, I guess, like an Ethiopian tradition that if you're enjoying a meal with friends or family, you actually tear off a piece of the bread and get a little bit of food and prepare a bite, and then you actually feed them by hand. What is the word for that? I think it's gorsha. a nice girl, and I liked her, but I like being single better. I don't know, it became very clear to me the other night when I realized that I'd way rather stay home and finish season 3 of Arrested Development in my PJs lifting in a gym where the weight section is just completely all like steroid dude bro kind of guys. There's like no girls in there. There's a small women's only section upstairs in the gym, but I never see women lifting in the regular section where there's like squat rack and that sort of stuff. I don't know, the guys don't really bother me, like whatever. If anything, I think some of them probably find it interesting to actually see a girl come down there and lift. One guy actually came up to me and complimented me on, like, well, maybe not complimented is the right word, but sort of commended me on my level of effort during my deadlifts and how much weight I was lifting for that. He was like, wow, your trainer's making you work really hard. ASMR burp. But completely gone off on a tangent here anyways. So the reason I haven't run all weekend was because my legs were just absolutely destroyed by that workout. Holy crap, like, it is actually very physically painful to walk today. So, taking a little break from running. Maybe should have given myself a little extra rest because